Hi bass players, I'm Tatiana, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the world of harmony to explore something that every bass player should know, it's functional chords. Whether you are playing rock, jazz, pop or anything else, understanding how chords work together is really important for your playing. Stick around and by the end of this video you'll know how to recognize and use functional chords to make your bass lines shine. First of all, what are functional chords? They are the building blocks of harmony. Each chord has its role or a function in a chord progression. Tonic or number one chord, the home base or resolution point, it's where the music feels at rest. Dominant or number 5, the tension builder, it wants to resolve back to the tonic. Subdominant or number 4, the transition chord, moving you away from or towards the tonic. In C major key, 1 is C, 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, it's F, and 5 is G. Let's try to hear these functions in action. Here's a basic chord progression: 1, 4, 5, and 5 resolves to 1. In C major scale, it's C, F, G, and C. As bass players, we support these functions by emphasizing the roots and connecting the harmony. There are more chords that are typically used in songs rather than just 3 of them, 1 tonic, 4 subdominant and 5 dominant. However, all the other chords that are typically used in a music key are the derivatives of these 3 and they have the same functions. There might be really many chords in a song, but these 3 are the basic blocks. And actually you can play many songs just using these 3 chords, especially in rock and blues. For example, this one. Sweet Home Alabama. The chords are D, C and G, so we go from the dominant chord to subdominant and then to the tonic. I might make a video later explaining the relations between these 3 basic chords and all the other chords that are typically used in songs, but I actually haven't made a decision yet about this, so please let me know in the comments if you want a video about it. When you are playing music with someone, you can ask them what a key is. This will be your tonic or the chord number 1. If you don't have anyone to ask, you can find the chord number 1 yourself. Ask yourself, is this a tonic chord? What is a tonic chord? You can try different notes until you find one that sounds stable and you can ground your bass line to it. You can check yourself if you found that tonic chord correctly. You play that tonic that you found and then you check the subdominant. Does it sound correct with the song which you are learning? And then you try the dominant and the dominant shall sound like it wants to resolve back to tonic here. You can use scales and arpeggios to make transitions between chords. For example, this is C major scale. You are probably already familiar with it. Now I'll show you some transitions between functional chords using the notes from scales and arpeggio. Arpeggio means notes from chords. For now I will avoid chromatic transitions because it would be just too much to explain for one video. And I want you to know that I will show you just a couple of options for every transition, but there are actually plenty of options how to make transitions, and you always can make your own ones, varying the notes and varying the rhythms. If I want to go from number 1, which is C in my case, to number 4, which is F for now, I can play a transition like this. Or like this. If the next chord is C again, I can make a transition like this. maybe like this. If I go from F to G, I can play something like this. Or maybe like this. Coming from the dominant chord to the tonic chord, I can play something like this. Or maybe this. For the minor scales, the subdominant and the dominant will be in the same places, but for the transitions you will need to use a different scale. It's a minor scale. You can check out my video about minor scales. Now a practice tip. With positional playing on the bass, you don't have to worry about naming the correct subdominant and dominant chords when you already know your tonic. For example, this is my tonic, it's C sharp or D flat. My subdominant will be located just next to it at the same fret, next string. Or here, which is an octave, the same note. So this is my tonic, this is my subdominant, and this is my dominant. Just next string, skipping one fret. Or my dominant can be found also here, because this is the same note, this and this. So tonic, subdominant, dominant, and tonic. Here's a practice challenge for you. Take the simple chord progression 1, 4, 5, 1 and play it in a different key. For example, in G major key. You can find G, it's your tonic. Your subdominant will be 1, 2, 3, 4. C, and 5 is your dominant. Here it's D. It looks like I just did it for you, so you need to find another tonic, okay? Just find any note on the fretboard. In most cases, you need to emphasize the root tones of the chords. For example, if your chord is A flat minor 9 minus 13 something, you just need to play A flat, that's all. But sometimes you can play other notes from chords just to make it more interesting. Experiment with the other notes, for example with thirds or with fifths. For example, the chord is G, but you also can play B, which is the third in this chord, or D, which is the fifth in this chord. Or you can combine them. Alright, bassists, that was about functional chords. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow musicians, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to learn next. And don't forget to hit subscribe to keep grooving together with me. Until next time, keep playing and exploring.